It looks like an outhouse. Who lives in a swamp and has an outhouse? Shrek does. So, there it is. There's the Easter egg. That's Shrek's house right there. Oh. Okay. And stay. I said stay. Sit right here. Sit on this thing. It would look really cool. Idiot. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Ark Building Evolved with me, UTC. And we are back. I have not waited. I'm recording this before the last episode has gone out to you guys in your subscription boxes. But I'm expecting the comments, if I get any negative ones, to be like, what the heck, you're playing in creative mode, spawning in materials, that's all you got done? Today we changed that. Today we get a lot done. I wanted to ease you in. We've been doing tutorials lately, and I didn't want to just hop in and then go away from camera and get a bunch of work done. I wanted to keep it simple for episode 1. I thought it would be so cool to have a moth just sit right there. I got it once, and then he messed it up. We are going to be diving in, and we're going to be diving into, I think, the main area that I plan on working on. Eventually, we're going to fill this whole space in between that swamp cabin and the throne room with builds, I think. But for now, excuse me, breakfast burps. So welcome back. This little throne room is the spot, and I have been getting the inspiration flowing. I'll expect comments and ideas and all kinds of things from you guys, but this throne room is going to be the centerpiece, I think, of what we do, and I plan on putting some of the early focus on building on our outside and the around bits of this, and then I've been thinking about what's going to go on the inside. Now, we talked about a little bit of the origin story of this place. It's a fallen swamp kingdom, and the people who live here now are much more primitive than the folks who originally built all these great ruins, and so we're going to be keeping the building simple. And so a throne room, I think it's going to be repurposed, and it's going to be put towards another use. And you know what I'm thinking? Once we get built up around here, once we have all the sides built up, marketplace. This is where the trading will happen. And this is what I love about this series. Coming back to the same place, guys, my imagination goes nuts in between episodes. I start thinking, I start getting excited. So imagine this. Maybe you still have some ceremonial thrones up here. Maybe they're old school. But then down here is the trading stalls. This is where commerce happens. This is where vegetables and fish are traded amongst each other. And then this will open into more of the city. And then there'll be housing all up around us, I think. And that's what I want to get started on today. Like I said, I'm going to make sure we get a bunch of progress going. How perfect is this for a market, though? Because people are going to be able to sail your ships in here. Well, that's pretty. But yeah, maybe you'd be able to maybe you'd be able to bring boats in here. Maybe you got to float them in, and then who knows? Maybe you swim them in, drag a boat behind you. Who knows what? But then you can pull your boat up to here, empty your wares, set up your stall, and then this has been perfect for me. I keep this guy right down here. He is excellent. Sarko, fantastic for this. He slides right up here. You can keep him down here in the water if you end up building in this spot, or you just plop him right here too. He looks pretty good right here too. Okay. He just gets in the way a little bit, but looks fantastic, and it starts to get me in the mood, starts to get me in the theme. We're going to get capros going. We're going to get all kinds of lizardy, gross things inhabiting this place, and monkeys too. I think we're going to have some monkey action going, because it's swamp, but it feels like a jungle as much as it feels like a swamp. So I want to get started today, guys, and I mentioned last episode, wanted to start over here. I think that's probably a good idea. I'm eager to get working on this area here so that I can start envisioning the market. But I think just to get some proof of concept down, I'm going to do some work in and around this. I plan on building houses off the sides and up and potentially over. And this is going to be one of those make a bunch of progress episodes. And like I said, this isn't about showing you exactly how to build. It's about sharing inspiration. I started to think last night as I'm lying in bed, these are windows, right? What if I'm setting up I guess how hard is that going to be? Yes, what if this is the entrance to a house and the house hangs off the side of the bridge? It's going to be so good. So I have a bunch of ideas. I got a bunch of things I want to get rolling. You know what? Before we do, guys, there's an Easter egg that people keep asking me to go to. I've already found it and shown it, but if I don't show it in a video, I'm going to keep getting tweets at UniteTheClans. Thank you for all the love on Twitter. I'm going to grab a torch. I'm probably going to grab our Sarko, and we're going to go find the Easter egg, and then I'm going to come back, and I'm going to settle into some building. In fact, what I'm going to do after we go, you know what? We'll figure it out. I'll be back in one sec. All right. If there is any question in your mind as to who the best developers in the world of Ark are, you're a fool, because the best ones are the Ragnarok devs. You can tell by the ruins, you can tell by the way they do rivers and trees and forests. They do everything better than all the other maps. And they also add in little gems. They add in little treats for the people out here who take the time to explore. I couldn't have imagined a better series for exploration. Get blasted. Okay. Alright. What the heck? What a mess. Yeah, that's right. Clean house. Good work, buddy. Okay, guys. So, yes, I think I picked a good world to start an exploration series on. We'll have an episode of that coming your way tomorrow. One thing people have been doing lately is tweeting me coordinates that I need to go explore. Now, I hope when people do that, they have seen a bunch of the exploration series and they know where I've been and what I've already seen. But I got somebody tweeting me today going, oh, go here, it's worth it. And then no spoilers, no pictures, no hints, just saying go here, which I can do. Tomorrow I'm going to go exploring, and maybe that series will get back together with Arali the Geek and do some exploration. But the reason these devs are so good is that they... Oh, come on! These devs don't... Oh, come on! Jeez Louise. Slow down! Big goof. Alright. Okay, guys. Every time I try and talk about how good these developers are, bad things happen. What is going on back there? Okay, come on. Oh, it's been an ongoing nightmare, guys. There's so many deadly things out here. I can't seem to get my point across. But the devs are so good because they put in rewards for folks who are explorers, who take the time to explore the dark nooks and crannies of this world. And I think one of the best Easter eggs they've ever made is hidden back in here. We'll see if I can find my way back to it. Yes, this is it. Okay, guys. So, what is this? This looks familiar. Does it? Does it? It looks like an outhouse. Who lives in a swamp and has an outhouse? Shrek does. So there it is. There's the Easter egg. That's Shrek's house right there. So that's why these devs are the best. And I'm glad I finally show it. You can stop tweeting me about it. I have found it. And stop leaving it in the comments. You can use the comments now to give me ideas of where to explore in our other Ragnarok series, or you can help me get inspired for our building series. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I am going to get building. I'm going to do a bunch of buildings so that I have something to show off to you. Maybe a little concept, a little idea or two, and then maybe I'll bring you along. Who knows? I want to get a lot done today, guys. Episode 1, fun, and I'm glad to be back to doing this, but I didn't get a lot done, and I want to today. So I'm going to take a break from you guys. I'll be back in your life in a second. God dang, freak face, stupid. I'm going to blast your face. Get blasted. Who? BRB. Oh, perfect. Okay, guys, so... making progress. You would be surprised how little a man can get done in 2 hours of building. Oh man, I guess I'm trying to get tricky with it. But this is the beginning of something. So the idea, like I said in the last segment of the video, was we got to begin using this as a staircase. And actually, that works, but let's see if we can extend those. And does that help? No, it doesn't make any difference. So let's get rid of it. Okay, so either I place a new ramp or we have to do a little jump shot. Yeah, I'll figure something out so that it's... yeah, there we go. So I wanted to use these big Gothic windows as the entranceways to the houses that are going to hang off this bridge and begin to infest this place. Started using some Adobe, and we use thatch on the roof. So, come on up here. Now, for those of you guys that are playing on console, where I'm doing lots of stuff in this series you do not know how to do. You will not have the ability to do. I'm curious how that looks, by the way. That's painted forest green. so it can match in. There's the difference right there, because I missed a spot. But I want this to come, yeah, it's going to come over the top. We're going to eventually tie into this. We'll be infested. We'll be surrounded by buildings as you come through here. And maybe we maintain this as sort of like a thoroughfare through the city into the market area. We'll kind of figure it out. But let's go ahead and come up into the house. So first thing you're not going to be able to do without Structures Plus. God damn, stupid. There we go. Success. We got these stairs going, and I actually have, let's see if we can get a good zoom job. Almost definitely not because of this railing. Here we go. Let's do this. Take a look at that underneath. Those are adobe ramps turned to stairs. I don't know. We're still going to do some paint on this thing. So let's go ahead and put that old railing back. Like so. Okay, and then I use triangle ceilings to get not quite a full-size balcony here. And this, I like this. At first, the transition from the wood supports to the adobe building, it looked really crummy. But then I put in these adobe fence foundations. Boom. Got some magic going. Maybe I should have another one right here. There we go. You got to look at your build before you get back to recording UTC. So, this side of the house not quite done. That's why I started on the other side. Come on in. So this is going to be prime for, like I said, for my patrons to hop in here and help me design, help me get going design-wise. What have I done here? That looks weird. Is that a door and a wall together? Yeah. Okay, that's gone. Okay, so, yes, somebody's going to be able to come in here and decorate this place up. It's going to look fantastic. I'll put another monkey in here. You can name it, so I know who to give credit to. And then this is the beginning of the upstairs. So here, intentionally double layering things. These are actually the adobe railings, but switched to half walls. And I'm trying to turn a little window, a little door into a window, so we get a slightly different shape. It actually works out almost exactly the same as a window, so but it looks different from the outside. See? Yeah, I think I like it. And then here, this is a wall. There is a fence foundation, and there is a there's a window frame, I think, and then there's a fence foundation there, and then this is a door frame. And what I did was I had the thatch overhang, and it's hard to get a steep roof. It's hard to get a steep roof because we only have the one angle. So what I tried to do here was make the thatch walls look like they are part. Ooh, one of them's backwards up there. But I tried to make the thatch, if you ignore that one there, I tried to make the thatch walls there look like it's part of the roof, so the roof goes and then down, and then so it's a little bit steeper than normal. And then on the inside, that looked super weird. So what we ended up doing, I have to figure out a way to get back inside. Yes, what we ended up doing was double layering it. So there's a thatch on the outside and a adobe window frame on the inside. I think I need to get rid of this and do that. Okay, so there we go. That's the technique I used. That way on the inside it doesn't look too weird, except that these are mostly covered up. But I think that's kind of cool. It's a rainy place, right? So you got to plan the roofs around that. That becomes part of the lore. And when I talk about an origin story, guys, at the beginning, that you have to start thinking, at least for me, the way that I play this game, you have to start thinking about who the people are, how they got here, why they live here, what things they would need in the world. And this series, for me, this is all about my personal origin story. And you know what? It's actually probably going to be part of somebody's origin story who's watching now, because years ago, I would be watching my favorite Minecraft builders, and I would be dreaming of someday I get to be like them. I get to play Minecraft, and that I get to make videos, and I get to share my love of building, like so. And that never happened because I got to the Minecraft game a little bit too late. And some of you may be watching this, going, "Someday I want a series like that. I want people to watch me build." And I want to share that with people. And you're thinking about Ark, and then maybe by the time you get around to having a YouTube channel and growing it big enough, Ark's not the game, and you've found some other way to share that love. But origin story-wise, this is the series I started. I started this series playing Minecraft, really the first thing I ever really did on YouTube. Basically the same style, hang out and build. Not a tutorial, I did that here and there, but that's not really my jam. And I'm chatting with the folks in my Discord over there, who's mostly the patrons, the ones who have access over here to this server. And it seemed kind of universal. I've been thinking for a long time, how do I balance the step-by-step tutorials, which have always been the most popular, with my just wanting to build? and express my creativity this way. And that's starting to look cool. Imagine a whole row of those. And we're going to have to put paint for sure on the bottom there. Speaking of paint, we'll go look at that. But it seemed pretty universal. Folks were like, yeah, when I first came to the channel, the tutorials were nice because I would learn. And they were like, but now I just want to build with you. I want to share. I want you to inspire me. I want some creativity. So that gets me going. If those guys in chat speak for everybody, I don't care if fewer people watch this series. As long as I can pay my bills and share my love of building, that's all I need in my life. So let's talk about paint, guys. I started, and I've done everywhere has had a bit of a color scheme to it. When we were in the Viking area, we had some greens and browns. I'm trying to think back to the other options. I had a lot of brick and tan. When I was in the Roman area, those sort of made sense. And then sky blue and brown and olive were colors I used quite a bit in the harbor town. Not really any color schemes back at Jack's Landing. I didn't paint anything back there, really. But when I came here, I started thinking about colors that would look good. And I haven't figured out which of these, if any of these, particular combinations are going to work. But forest green is a color, tangerine is a color, tan is a color, and brown is a color. These are the ones I kind of see as the palette for this place. So I might, in between now and the next time you guys chat with me, I might get some painting done up on this upper part. I think I will. And hopefully I don't know, hopefully it starts to look a little bit different and a little bit more, I don't know. In my head, I thought I might be able to get 3 or 4 of these buildings done, but I think I got to get a concept down first. So we might be happy with just one today. I'm a finished building. I'm going to play around with some paint. If you guys take a look. Oh, beard fully grown in. So this is the outfit I started the series in. I always wear an outfit that feels like it suits the area we're building. You know, I was a mountain man rancher in the first series. I had a ponytail and fancy gold armor in the Roman one, and I wore a captain's hat and a yellow scarf in the harbor town, and then I wore a wolf head and a bunch of fur and leather armor in the last series, the Viking town. So I try and get a look going that helps me kind of get immersed. And the colors I picked from the very beginning, before we even started building, same stuff I was wearing last episode, were these colors. So brown and tan and tangerine and a little bit of forest green maybe for highlights. The forest green will have to be minimal, I think, because this place is so green already. I think it'll be for things like this. Little hints here and there, probably on stone and not on thatch or on adobe or even on wood, where the color's so bright it's kind of silly. That's too much. But I have some building to do, guys. I got to finish up this first house, and then I got to start playing around with paint schemes. And at the end, I'll probably be thinking about how to transition from this house to the next. Do I come build off this side? I don't think so yet. I don't think so, but I might prepare to come this way and add a second house right over here. One thing I have to remember to ask every once in a while, guys, my building tutorials kind of spread the word on their own. They were something that would attract new people. If this series doesn't do that as much, I'm going to rely on you guys. So there's a link for the playlist or just the episode. There's a little share button underneath. If you think you have friends who would dig this who probably aren't watching yet, there's only a few thousand people watching episode to episode. Think about sharing it, and let me go do my thing. I'm going to come back, and in the last chunk of the video, we will hopefully have a concept house, the beginning of something we can move forward from. All right, guys, back in your life in a minute. I think we are done. All right, welcome back, guys. So I've been doing work up here. I'll show you. It's still some stuff to do. I'm not happy with the way this looks, but I have to go door to door, otherwise my head gets stuck. And I played around with this, added a little way down out onto the top of this. This I changed to stone, and I kept that forest green paint going. It was actually pretty fun. I did a mix of regular ceilings and then the little triangles, and I tried to sort of follow the curve of things. So I'll show you what we're gonna head down and walk through this, and then we'll take a look at the house we've been working on today. But I've got this going all the way out to here, and if we hop down here, so I had to gun down a Fiomia. I had it coming. Yeah. Sad day. So take a look. I have been messing around. I think I got, these are all the S+ ones. We talked about it last episode, how the wood trim is now gone from the bottom. In this case, it's exactly what you need. It doesn't look quite perfect. It's not a spot-on match to this stone, but I think it's going to be good. So I have in mind maybe one more house. Here, I'll show you. Let's go out to the outside. So I think what I'm going to do, that's the house. You're getting a look at it. I'll talk you through it in a minute. But I think we'll have one more house by those Gothic windows right next to it. Nothing in that gap there. And then maybe another house right here. And then I think I'll probably stop somewhere around that arch. And then before we go back up there, let's take a look at this side. I think I'm going to line up the houses on this side with the Gothic windows once again. So let's take a walk through, guys. You can let me know how it feels, but I'm picturing, like I said, nothing here. Maybe we have houses along here. One here, little gap here. Maybe I'm thinking even cannons or something. If they had any defenses, they would be right here. And then one more house probably coming out of this one. Let me show you. Let me show you what I've done. And I think I'm happy with today as a day of progress compared to our first day. By the way, this is on the one of the Patreon servers, a creative building Patreon server. Somebody, it's not happened yet, but somebody's going to come and do some decoration and help me get this place looking even better. So that place is open. I put a monkey in it. His only job is to be named so that I know who did the work. And I did the same thing up here. So let's take a look. Let me know what you think. What's different? So that thatch roof I showed you. If you didn't see how it was going to work, where it went thatch roof, wall, thatch roof, I hope you do now. It's all been painted in brown. That upper layer is painted in tan with brown trim, and I added S+ double door frames. Those are the very narrow supports you see on either end of the stairs. And then the lower floor, I didn't paint the trim because S+ walls have been broken since Scorched Earth came out. The paint doesn't go on the same as it does for windows and door frames, so I didn't touch it because we have a door frame there and it would look totally different from the wall right next to it. Go ahead, fix your game, wildcard. But I painted the background in tangerine. And the stairs, those adobe stairs that were underneath, they were very, very bright before. Those got a coat of mud paint. And I did a bunch of paint on the wood as well. Take a look at this. Managed it. Free ballin'. Freehand, I mean. Take a look at that. Wood and mud, brown and mud paint here. You see that little line still separates everything. And those are the S+ double door frames for those that aren't familiar. Come on up. It starts to have a feel. You guys know when you know your base, I like narrow corridors. And once you start zipping through like you know the place, this now has that. I zip through like I know the place. So let's get back up top. I showed you this. Added in a little walkway down to get you on top of this. Takes you upstairs. I'm pretty happy with the results of today's efforts, guys. And the whole goal is a few more builds. What is it? 1, 2, maybe 3, 4 on the bridge. Maybe 5, but I can bang out. Now that I've got this, I'm going to bang out 2 or 3 in a day, I think. And I think the whole goal is to get us back to this area over here. So for the bridge, everything we were going to build is going to be up and above. Ooh. I still got some painting to do there. Okay, I'll fix that. But everything's going to be above and hanging off the sides. That will not be the case, I don't think, when we get to the market. I think by the time I get to here, I can build right on this. And by then, we should have a clear style, clear design. Maybe I'll leave a little walkway along here. Yeah, that's going to be good. And then we're going to get to dive into this market area. I think that's going to be the most fun. That's going to be our centerpiece, our main attraction. But for today, guys, that does it. I'm happy with the little bit of progress we got done on this house, and I look forward to your suggestions, your ideas. I just peeked at the first episode of this run. As usual, you guys killing it with the likes. First 1,000 or so views, lots and lots of likes. So go ahead and do that again this time. It lets me know that I'm on the right track, guys. For me, this is... if you can't tell, I'm excited and I'm happy. And this series has always done that for me. It's my bread and butter. So if you guys like it and it's nearly as much as I do, it's gonna be a beautiful partnership. We're gonna be very, very happy. But thank you so much for checking out this episode. It was awesome hanging out with you. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing a little exploration on the Ragnarok Iron Mine server, a survival server, totally different from this, and hopefully hanging out with our buddy Arali the Geek. But that does it for this episode, guys. I'm going to be back maybe the day after that with more Building Evolved. But this episode is complete. We did this thing today, and I'm excited to do more. Geeks, thank you so much for watching. This has been Ark Building Evolved with UTC, and I will see you, geeks, in the next episode.